Good evening to you all. For those of people who are living under a rock and not knowing what is happening throughout next Thursday, our Prime Minister has announced a second national lockdown. Most people think it's going to be a full-fledged lockdown for the second time. You may be right, but there are few things that is objection. Schools and universities and colleges are going to remain open during lockdown, meaning that non-essential shops, pubs, cafes, leisure facilities, and other deemed non-essential stuff are to close its doors from next week, making them feel left out. Now we already know that everyone will have to be forced to go, to go online and shop and wait for deliveries for for the next 2 weeks, and then they haven't received their deliveries, saying, they missed their deliveries, and then all of a sudden the whole delivery's been cancelled and got refunded or whatever. That could probably happen, and it's going to be 100% difficult, but hopefully that won't come to this. The reason this lockdown is actually taking place from next Thursday is to try and at least curb the virus, and it's going to be a heck of a lot harder than the very first one. Although the first lockdown that has happened, there has been some plenty of cases and the death toll rose to the top during the period of lockdown, and I can tell you that it could get a heck of a lot worse throughout the months of November, that the death toll could be as twice as high than the very first lockdown that was in place in March. And of course, to remind you is try and not meet up with your friends during lockdown, or you're gonna have to face a fine. I don't know, but hopefully there won't be police patrolling around saying, you shouldn't be doing this, stay home. It's ridiculous. That's the reason why the government are actually going to put loads of police on patrol to just snoop like that and say, stay at home. What are you doing? Is this essential? No, not essential. You're fined. If you know what I mean. Take this whole thing seriously, because police are actually going a heck of a lot harder than ever. Because you don't really want to be caught in the middle getting fines for not explaining the full details of what you're doing. We just don't need to explain ourselves, but sometimes we may be forced to anyways. But like I said, we will pull through for the next 4 weeks. Hopefully it won't be another 3 months of hell like it happened on the first one, but the only thing that we have to do is stay safe at home. We can do exercises, we can go for a bit of a cycle. I mean, that could still happen, and I'm sure I could try and pick that up on the vlog. You'll have to see my vlog anyways, but I don't know what I'm going to be doing, but we're going to try and make it more entertaining, or try to make it more entertaining. It's never going to be that easy. You'll find out what is happening. We will get through this virus. So sit back, relax, enjoy yourself, and I don't know, grab a cup of tea or do whatever you can. Here's the lockdown vlog. And oh yeah, by the way, try not meet up with your girlfriends and your boyfriends. That is deemed as non-essential. Don't flout the lockdown. Follow it. Enjoy.
We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life.
Wow, take a look at the entire people around here. I have never seen so many people here on a Sunday. This is massively crazy. This is like with the government's announcement, which starts on Thursday, a month-long national sheltering. We already knew this was coming anyways, and that's why there's loads of people are up there. They're getting all their shopping done, they're getting all this early Christmas shopping done, and once everything is done, they can now prepare for at least a month-long sheltering. Yeah, by the time this has gone, when it starts, there will be no people around. It will be just empty, like a ghost town. That's what is going to happen, and I'm really sure that every non-essential shop are about to close. Don't know which day it will close, but I know today is Sunday. It might close on Tuesday, or it might close on Wednesday, I don't know. Look around, you guys, this is absolutely crazy. I mean, down there it's not that bad, but upstairs is really, really crazy. I wonder what's going to happen next for the next few days. When it starts on Thursday, the whole thing will be empty. This thing will shut, and everything except Sainsbury's and essential shops would remain open. But the good news is we can still go out and exercise with our cycles, running, walking, etc. We will be back in December, hopefully, as long as the government doesn't trick us into extension. You know what those cabinet ministers are like. He actually is so king of extension. He's the king of lockdown extension. That's all he is. Try not to think about it. If we can pull this through for a month, we should be okay. Hopefully it will not be as worse as the first sheltering that we had to endure for the last 3 months. Hopefully it won't be 3 months this time. Hopefully it'll be just a month. It's just to try and curb it down a little bit so we know that we're prepared for it. But who knows? So here we are in the evening. As you can see, it's a very nice day outside, and right in front of me you can see there's a globe. The globe returns for Christmas. Unfortunately, around the month of November we are actually entering lockdown in 2 days time. But I decided to come here. I came here on my bike. I didn't use public transport. Just to come around here to have a look and explore the area. But I mean, obviously, Westgate is basically an open air shopping centre. And even if people wanted to come around and have an exercise, I'm sure that people can easily do that. But I decided to come here to explore, like, literally the parts of Westgate. I mean, it's going to be a month-long lockdown anyways, but we are going to say that it will only last 4 weeks. And I don't really want to give any negativities, because I want to say it's positive because it will last 4 weeks and the ratings hopefully should go down. Extension is specifically the last resort. That's the only thing. It should not happen. But then again, no, we should be perfectly fine by December. And as you can see, there's a Christmas tree, or a nice little modern Christmas tree structure that you see here. And to top it all off, which I like about, which I'm about to show it to you, is this modern Christmas tree in the middle of the actual hearts of the Westgate shopping centre, the new part of the Westgate shopping centre. Obviously it's going to be as empty with the Christmas decoration all around. That's how lockdown is going to, how it's going to play. So sadly we're not going to be here for the month of November, but we should be back by December at the latest. Fingers crossed. Well, on the final day before lockdown, which is the final day of shopping around here, by tomorrow you'll be seeing no people around. Ridiculous that we're entering in a national lockdown. I suppose it has to be done for at least a month. Even considering though it is a circuit break lockdown, and I'm surely a lot of people would be able to survive that after a month, and then we should be back by December. I'm sure it will be a guarantee that we will be welcome back here at Westgate. It's going to be quiet, and throughout this lockdown vlog I will be doing one of these. Yes, obviously you'll be seeing how quiet it is. We will be just walking, we won't be just be chilling around unless if we can. I mean, obviously we have to know our regulations and the rules and the guidance and the guidelines and stuff. That's what we just need to know. New Look just opened like a month ago, and now it's going to be closed down again because of national lockdown. Strangely enough, that shop over there, TM Lewin, and surely that has been closed permanently, along with other stores. Well, all the other stores, I mean, they kind of opened a little bit a month late when it was eased in the summer. Guest shop isn't going to be open at all, so it looks like it's going to be permanently closed even after the second national lockdown has been eased. After a month-long lockdown, I mean, yes, it's going to be a month, it's not going to be forever. We should be patient. The only thing is advantage is it's going to be throughout the winter month. Even though I don't like the rain, unless if it rains, it should give the opportunity to try and get us to stay inside the house. But we would just like to go out and have some fresh air. At least we can still do that. It is quite busy around here, but it's starting to die down. By tomorrow, all of these stores are going to be closed. The open air probably be still open because it sounds like it's a 24-hour thing, isn't it? But we will be back. Here's one last look on what it's going to be until tomorrow. Dan, do you really need one of these? As you see, I'm in my change of clothes because one of my family members had a surgery, so it's very, very important when you actually come home. I have to change my clothes because I'm not taking any chances because of the virus. Well, everything seems to be completed now, so what that means is that from tomorrow, shops are to be shut. Quite shockingly, I heard that H&M is going to be open until 8. Maybe M&S is opening until 8. I think most of the shops are actually opening until 8. I do remember some restaurants and pubs probably closing a heck of a lot early. Sometimes 9 p.m, sometimes 10 p.m, even 6 p.m. But yeah, it's going to be like a long month of hell. But hopefully it shouldn't be the same thing as the first one. Or maybe, hopefully not the worse one than the first one. The only thing we can do is, fingers crossed, keep it up, try and protect the health services, and of course, save lives. Let's begin.
The Center for Disease Control is reporting the outbreak of a new virus strain that is causing the infected to become extremely vicious. As of this broadcast, in order to keep you and your family safe, keep calm and listen to the radio or TV for official news updates. Again, stay indoors and maintain protective measures until notified by the media or public safety.
Well, good morning. It's the first day of the 4-week lockdown. Yep, we are now in the event of staying at home. Well, apart from going out for exercise, cycling, and other bits, or go to essential shops for essential stuff. I don't really understand. Unfortunately, universities, schools, and colleges will remain open, which I'm completely opposed to having these open unless people would say, well, they need to have education. It feels a little bit more punishing for the people like school kids and students. It's just absolutely bad. Parents seems to be happy about this, which I thought, okay, that's not bad to begin with, but for students and all that, I mean, they are risking viruses. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, people go to school or colleges, and then what happens next is they get infected and cases rises during lockdown. It should really close schools just to make sure that people are safe. Yeah, people are not easily able to learn online anyways because people are not going to have internet connections, or people have internet connection problems. Supposedly schools, universities and colleges could stay open, but it should be done in a safer environment. I really hope they do, but if not, then and they see cases rising during lockdown, just to ensure that lockdown is extended. That's what the plan is, probably by the cabinet minister. Well, that said, as you can see outside, it's kind of a little bit quiet. We're still seeing cars running because obviously there are people of essential workers are trying to get into work, construction workers, hospital workers, police workers, etc. Like anything that is essential, you see a lot of cars are going past by anyways. I have to stress to you guys, throughout the 4 week of lockdown, we just hope that this could probably curb the virus. We don't know, but having schools or universities or colleges open, it could potentially get radically worse. Cases could rise even further more. I've seen a lot of people saying that in the month of November it's going to get a heck of a lot worse. Even during lockdown, cases tend to rise even more. Remember the first lockdown that we've had? Case rose skyrocketing to the top, and there has been plenty of deaths every single day. It's just so unbelievably crazy because this is how unprepared the government was. The government should have actually shut the country down quite early as possible. They should have done it for the second time earlier as well, but they decided to do it too late because they knew Christmas was coming. They knew they're going to have a bit of a festive with the lights and stuff, and I thought, we're going to try and control them. Alright, well, all the negativity aside, we don't know what I'm going to be doing, but I can see in the background I'm running is ABC News because I'm actually watching the US election result. But there has been some protests all around the USA where many people saying count the vote, and there are Trump supporters who are protesting saying end the post count or the vote count. he's the winner, he's the true winner. It's like wrestling. I mean, Trump is, all he could ever do is, you know how he does it, he keeps doing this all the time. It's ridiculous. At the moment, Joe Biden is leading 253 to 214 electoral votes, meaning that Joe Biden, we don't know yet, could be on the verge to victory at 270 or over. But if both Trump and Biden passes the 270 mark, one of the two will have to have the most electoral vote. I'm hoping Joe Biden to win this election because I'm just so sick and tired of seeing Donald Trump. It is now time for a new president who can try and curb the virus the right way, go through the actual scientists on what to do in order to curb it, because there's still 100,000 cases. I mean, if Trump wins, he's never going to just curb the virus. All he could just do is like, let people die, and all that crap. Even the Trump supporters, I'm sorry, they just don't care how many people died. I mean, have they seen people getting emotional all around it? They're not making it up. They're getting viruses because people who went to different countries that has the spike to bring it over to the United States to have a bigger spike, and that started all the way back in August with Texas, and the bloody Texas people don't even care. Well, let's just hope for a new president that could try and curb the whole thing down and try and change America for better. But with Trump, it's just TV fame and all about him and his friends, not all about the American people. Well, anyways, I don't know what I'm going to be doing. Now we're in the sheltering period for the next 4 weeks. Let's just see how this goes for the next 4 weeks. So here we are in Westgate. Such a dead zone around here. And some of the Westgate advertisers saying, welcome back. It's good to have you back, but unfortunately they should say, oh, Westgate is in lockdown. Stay at home. Westgate, see look, now it says welcome back. We're actually now in lockdown. I mean, for goodness sake, it's a heck of a lot weird around here. We already know Jack Jones is already closed. Most of the shops here, these are all non-essential shops, are closed. Except for Sainsbury's, of course. We already know that Sainsbury's is still open. So that's kind of a bearing good news. It's going to be a month, guys, to cope with this type of lockdown like that. It's going to be like eerie, probably until December. And then we should be back very soon. Of course, John Lewis is already closed right in front of me. It's nice to see the Christmas decoration for a little bit here. I mean, they put up the Christmas tree up there saying, yeah, we've got the Christmas tree up there, but it's locked down. There it is. There's the Christmas tree. It's very eerie, guys. Thank you for your patience. Let's just stay safe. But yeah, you can see all around here. It's not easy anywhere around here. I remember Le Pen was opened and I was considering the fact this was going to be short-lived, and I was right about it. So this is actually a glimpse of Westgate. So there you have it. Westgate, first day of lockdown. Well, here we are in the evening in Westgate, and I decided to get some pizza from Pizza Pilgrim, and I want to tell you a bit of a surprising news about the second lockdown that is happening. Pizza Pilgrim is still open for takeaways, as well as Pret, Costa. Starbucks is going to be reopened in Cornmarket Street at last. I really thought that was going to be closed permanently, but I think they will now introduce mobile order, because at that point they must include a mobile method to click and collect, because otherwise though, why is it available in Reading, why is it available in Didcot, why is it available everywhere else? And it must be included. And now it finally includes the COVID alert, as you can see. Superdrug is still open. On the first lockdown, Superdrug was closed because of, I don't know, Westgate agreement. Now, since it's now classed as essential at last, as it should be, Superdrug is still open during lockdown. So many people are still about. It's very deserted, very quiet. And unfortunately, the daily briefing has returned as well. If you really do not wish to watch the daily briefing, like myself, you might as well just avoid watching the news. Probably about 4 o'clock, I suppose, or 5, 6, I don't know what time. But I advise you not to watch the daily briefing. You can see around here, it is absolutely deserted here. It's completely unprecedented around here. And throughout the time of Christmas, everything seems to be very spooky, very quiet. It's sad. And along there you can see the seating is fully vanished or banished, and it's not going to be there for the next 4 weeks. The time is coming up to 6 o'clock, and which is really weird that everybody would still be shopping. Primark is closed, Next is closed, John Lewis is closed as well too. I know Uniqlo, I don't know, I keep making fun of Uniqlo a little bit, but Uniqlo is closed definitely. M&S is still open for essentials because M&S is classed as essentials. Boots is still open. Everywhere else, we will be back.
48 hours later.
Good evening. Tonight we witness the biggest victory in American history. The newly President-elect Joe Biden and the newly elect Vice President Kamala Harris declares victory all across America after Pennsylvania turned blue. We didn't even know that Pennsylvania were going to succeed with Donald Trump turning red, but since Joe Biden has been catching up with the lead of Donald Trump, pushing Donald Trump back, allowing Pennsylvania to go blue, therefore declaring victory for presidency of Joe Biden and vice presidency Kamala Harris. I will say that I will want to personally congratulate them on the huge victory that they managed to finally and at last, rightfully so, to defeat Donald Trump and Mike Pence. My reaction to the election has been a little bit different. Since the pandemic, the vote counts took a heck of a long time, but instead of being biased for a little bit, I am actually biased for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, but a lot of people are actually biased for Trump supporters because obviously people would never want to wear masks. Like I said to you before, Trump supporters to go rallying into no adhering social distancing, it was horrible. The way the campaign worked with Joe Biden was more done in a safer environment during the pandemic, but unfortunately for Donald Trump, he decided to bring in big crowds and large gatherings for this horrendous spreading of infection that led to over 250,000 Americans dead. And thank God that the orange face will pack up his boots and his stupid suit and be kicked out of the White House. He realizes that he's been defeated by Joe Biden fair and square. And then you're probably going to get a lot of excuses from Donald Trump as well as Mike Pence. Like I said, Mike Pence is the biggest suck up to Donald Trump the whole time. And you know what else the biggest suck up it was? Rudy Giuliani, the former mayor of New York. Everybody loved him. I thought he was such a charming person who could be so respectful to every you New Yorkers out there. But ever since he turned into a pro-Trump supporter, he has been super supporting Trump throughout the whole time when Trump releasing racist comments to everybody, including the BLM protests. It's so disgusting. So that's the reason why you get Rudy Giuliani and all the stupid old attorneys, or whatever you want to call them, to legal challenge the vote and then trying to attempt to cheat the election to have Donald Trump re-elected. Pathetic, isn't it? Well, finally at last, it's good to say that it's a great night and a great day for America, or should I say for American democracy, to have the best president who can do the job properly rather than having somebody who can talk like this is wrestling. It's not WWE, folks. This is politically reality. I want to say congratulations to Kamala Harris and Joe Biden on their presidency and vice presidency elect. Good luck to them in 2021.
4 to 6 days later.
You guys probably know I'm going to be doing a very quick unboxing of the brand new iPhone 12 Pro Max. It's the Max! Seriously, it's a plus size iPhone, and considering the fact that a lot of people are saying it's Max because it's got some top of the range features. As you probably know, the iPhone 12 Pro Max features some new camera equipment or new camera features. It has the A14 Bionic chip, but right now, as you can see right in front of me, it's blue, and I got this in Pacific Blue because I love blue anyway, so I think it's kind of makes sense, and why not? And let's just go ahead and unbox this. Feels really weird in the hand because this is much more grippable than the previous phone. You can see I'm beginning to pick fingerprints anyways. As you know, that you'll only get the stickers or the the literatures, and you'll only get the USB-C cable because for the first time it doesn't include a power adapter because basically it's to save the planet. And this is interesting, it gives you a bit of instructions that this is the volume up, this is the silent switch, and that's the power button. But it's also the Siri button as well too. You take a look at it, it looks very comfy. Here's a comparison to my 11 Pro Max. You can see, take a look at the design itself. It looks so different, doesn't it? Obviously you can see this is a Pacific blue, the other one is space gray or graphite, whatever you want to call it. You can see that this is like slippery. On the right it's much more grippable, on my left hand it's just like it's about to slip off. And I think the one thing I really love about this phone is that this is kind of the return of the iPhone 4/iPhone 5 design. It's got that side, except the volume button is still roughly the same. It's not the rounded volume button that you normally see. Obviously you still get your silent ringer switch. So that is it for the quick unboxing. I am going to turn it on and set it up myself off camera, and this was just a quick unboxing, and I really hope you enjoy it with my new iPhone Pro or iPhone 12 Pro Max, and I'll be trading in my iPhone 11. So toodaloo guys.
Several days later.
As you could probably see, it is really deserted down here, and yeah, I'm up on the second floor. You can probably see there's the toilet over there. That's where probably Dan goes to yeah, I know, only joking mate. But yeah, you can see around here it is quite deserted. There are quite a lot of people are walking about, and the funny thing is though, cafes are open for takeaways except for Pret a Manger. I don't know why you need to open the very mini version of Pret a Manger. I mean, don't you really need two down at Cornmarket Street? I mean, you can now only have one, and then just have one here at Westgate. I mean, come on, this is just highly ridiculous. Probably they're trying to make Westgate a heck of a lot quieter here. Obviously, the whole one-way system is completely messed up anyway, so you can't really say walk this way, walk that way. So everyone's now walking up and down anyways through this unorganized one-way system, which has now become a four-way system. There are a few people around. It feels like we're halfway towards lockdown, like in the middle of April to the middle of May. I mean, imagine that. Well, obviously because it's just a month-long lockdown anyways, but we don't know what's going to happen next month. But I did hear in the news that they're going to bring in a tier system, or a very restricted tier system, which I think is going to be even more corrupted than the first tier system. Second tier system, I'm not going to like it anyways, but I want to pay attention to this. Just see your loved ones. I did forgot to tell you, did you check out my 5G speeds? You can see it's quite faster here, but it's not as rapid fast than the ones in the US, with 2,000 megabits down all across the USA. I don't know how they dominate than the UK. It's ridiculous. I mean, I was expected to be about 500 megahertz or megabits, but it's still slow for 200 megabits. It's basically nearly the same speed as my broadband. You can see it's totally empty around here because everyone has been told to stay at home. A lot of people are now suffering or suffocating at home because people just wanted to go out and just stretch their legs and wanted to have a change of scenery. But you can see around here, I can try and show you slightly quickly how it is feeling at the moment. You only see quite a few people down here, and yeah, it is really quiet.
The following day.
Today is a beautiful day here in Westgate Shopping Centre. We're in the lockdown phase of November, exploring around Westgate, and yeah, it is significantly quieter, but you've seen quite a few people walking around. Now that's much more better for a day. I mean, yesterday was so terrible and it was pretty dull. It started to rain. The weather forecast did actually lie that it wasn't going to rain. In fact, that it was raining at that time. We had a little bit of shower, so that didn't really help very well, did it? But now today, it's much drier. Obviously, it's a bit chilly outside. It's nice and shining with this nice little Christmas tree, that structure of that modern Christmas tree. And all around here, everything seems to be calm with the view of Christchurch and the rest of the view of the city of Oxford. A lot of people are here to have a nice time, and it's not the same without people being here, chilling here. I mean, before lockdown, a lot of people did come here. Now, everything is shut down. No other people are here, but we're seeing a lot of people are here to do some walks, exercise. Obviously, some people would ride their bikes including that person down there. I'm not sure if you've seen it. So as considering the fact is that we are over 2 weeks or nearly up to 3 weeks of lockdown at this moment, but the final week is going to be a little bit of a decider, and we just don't know what's going to happen next. Next down here, you won't be able to see, it's open for click and collect. A lot of people would want to smoke here, which is why you got this sign here, a designated smoking area. I am absolutely happy to come around in this nice sunny day, just to walk around. Sometimes it can be a little bit boring, but in this nice sunny day, it seems to get my days going. There are some programs on TV that is enjoyable to watch, but most of the TV channels have now basically sucked with stupid news anyways, including the BBC. Hopefully by the time we come out of lockdown by the 2nd of December, which is supposed to end, or should I say it will end, when it will end, yes, it will happen, so get used to it. So that's basically from the message to the government, and we all know it will end. And around here in Cornmarket Street, it's quite busy around here. Well, the people are walking about because there are some shops and cafes are still open during lockdown, and just to have a quick look around and to see how badly this is really affected. Even though we thought that Cornmarket Street was going to be deserted, afraid not, it isn't deserted. You can see Pret is still open, Leon is still open as well too, which is sort of good news, I would say. I mean, I'm not sure if you're a fan of Leon, Steve, but I absolutely love Leon, and I am a fan of myself. And yeah, you can see that W.H. Smith is still open, so people could easily still go and buy their Christmas cards if they ever want to. Isn't it great? Thinking, oh yeah, I got time, I'll be able to get Christmas cards. Fascinating, isn't it?
3 days later.
So I just got home, guys, and there are so many people around in the city centre. I mean, there's no doubt in mind that a lot of people are going to be like just go into town and then just get back home, and a lot of people are boundly fed up with being at home most of the time. I mean, usually they're going to suffocate a heck of a lot, but the cabinet minister and the government just really do not understand that shutdown doesn't really solve the problem at all. Yeah, it's been really tough throughout the month of November, but at least during the rain we would be able to just stay indoors. But we all need to try and get our essentials out the way as well too. So I mean, it's not like you just staying at home. We do need to go out and get some essentials. We do need to go out and cycle. We do need to go out and exercise. There are plenty of things that really needs to be done, and it's a good thing that the cafe is open for takeaways, so then when we're out and about we can easily get some cafes, or should I say get some coffees or tea or whatever we love to eat with our beverages, and then just enjoy everything what we have locally. But in general, I do like to have a change of scenery, like different places to go on a train and just go to the countryside, go to a different city or towns or whatever. It has not been the same since lockdown started because we're stuck in the same location, and eventually by next month we should be able to do it again. But eventually we will come out of lockdown no matter what.
24 hours later.
Well, here we are in Westgate, and as you can see down below, you know what they're doing. That is right, they're actually building up a Christmas festive during the difficult time that we are experiencing this year. It's really nice to see something be built up, and yes, excuse the work, but you can see down below that all the stuff will have to go inside. And the structure and the inside you can see behind the scenes are so cool. You get one of these names like Vixen, Pancras, or whatever the famous name you can see. That's really cool, isn't it? That's amazing what they're doing. Even we are approaching towards Christmas, and what I kind of find it quite a little bit weird, Superdrug is actually putting up a new name called Togetherness. Now, it's kind of strange that we could be doing a pandemic vlogmas vlog next year after this lockdown vlog is complete, and we are going to be, well, not going to be calling it Togetherness, but I mean, yeah, it is Togetherness. You know, everybody is all in this together, we're all in this together. It's really tough around in this type of pandemic that has been going on, but with all that said, you can see down below it's going to be called Norbert Magical Reindeer Experience. It'd be good for the kids, and it'd be good for the rest of the family.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
Good afternoon to you all. It is late afternoon / early evening. Usually I wouldn't really do this type of segment to you all in regards to announcement of the current situation of lockdown. Well, I'm very proud to say that our Prime Minister said yesterday that we are going to be getting off of lockdown on December 2nd, as planned. A lot of people were worried that it was going to be extended until February, or it could have been extended indefinitely. Gove said, the cabinet minister, saying, yes, it could be extended, meaning he will or want to extend indefinitely, just to make us suffer even more. It's pathetic, to be honest. But at least Boris Johnson has a little common sense to know that we are fed up with it. Boris Johnson in the first place didn't really want to have this happen, like the national lockdown, but he had no choice, and the government haven't been doing a good job as of late. It's just they need to try and do a good job. Well, today is actually my sister's birthday. I will be celebrating pandemically. It's quite weird though. I mean, we have to get some takeaways, and yeah, we're going to be celebrating as a family. But with all that said, I'm very happy that we are coming out of lockdown on December 2nd. Few days time, we will be out of lockdown on the 2nd of December, and I have actually read online, or should I say read on the Instagram page from Westgate, that the entire shop will be reopened on Wednesday. I thought it was going to be reopening on the 9th of December or on Thursday the 3rd, but it turned out they will actually reopen on the 2nd of December. Now, this is where good news is. But here is the bad news. The tier system has become more corrupted. It was corrupted when it first started, like the entire tier was going to be 1, 2 and 3. Now, unfortunately, after lockdown has ended, we are going to be in the 2nd tier. Likewise, Prime Minister Boris didn't even have the guts to say that the entire England is going to be in tier 2. Except for Cornwall and Isle of Wight getting away with everything, which is ridiculous. How do they get lower cases than any other places in the southwest? I thought the southwest was going to get tier 1, thinking, okay, some parts of the southwest will be able to be on tier 1, but it turned out it's going to be like just a tiny 1% is going to be on tier 1. Well, the entire England is going to be on tier 2. And you know what? Whose idea that was? Matty Hancock. Yes, that is right. Matty Hancock. He's the one who stood up because Boris apparently didn't even have the guts to say that the entire England is going to be in tier 2. But his face, his firm face, like he's so proud to say it because he wants to hold up the freedom by saying, the entire England will be on tier 2 and you will follow the rules or we'll send the police. Ridiculous. I mean, what's he going to do? Send the whole snooping all around it? I don't know. But I'm going to try and keep this short and sweet. But yeah, I mean, good news, lockdown's ending on the 2nd of December. Bad news, we are not going to be in tier 1. We are going to be in tier 2. The entire of England, except for Cornwall and the Isle of Wight, who has the extended freedom. Now, tier 2 is not really that freedom has completely ended. We are going to be getting half of the freedom. But the good news is I would still be able to meet up with friends, no problem. but it will have to be at a certain area which is not mixing indoors, such as in households, for example. But then again, by the 23rd to the 27th, everything's all free. We should be okay by then, but I thought I'd give you a quick update.
Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree. The leaves are so unchanging. Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree. The leaves are so unchanging. Not only green when summer's here, but also when it's cold and drear. Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree. Such pleasure do you bring me.
Hey, check this out, guys. Look where we are. Wait a minute, you're actually out of woods, isn't it? Is that right?
Yeah, we're actually out in the middle of Kidlington.
Oh, in the middle of Kidlington. I thought so. I thought you were at Hampton Poyal. Did you remember you showed me this thing that you visited? I don't know. It's that little spooky thing.
Yeah. Look, don't mind him. Look.
Hey guys, hello everyone.
Yeah, we're here, right here in this spot, nice spot again.
Oh yeah, that nice spot. I do remember being here before because that was absolutely exceptional, and I do remember doing this on the Life After Quarantine on my previous vlog. So that's very, very cool. Sorry, nice hat.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I look like a farmer today.
Well, regardless, you do look cool.
Yeah, cheers, man. I appreciate that. Listen, you're the first person to ever say that to me.
Well, no problem. How's everything? Is it much more quieter here, or much more quieter there?
Yeah, the reason we came to this area is because there's so much people walking about still.
There's so many people are still walking about.
Oh yeah, there's people everywhere.
Ugh. I think that's why a lot of people are definitely fed up with lockdown anyways.
Oh yeah. Well, it's the only thing you can do is to go for a walk, isn't it?
Even though the news announced that they're going to introduce Tier 2 all over, which is ridiculous. I mean, I have actually mentioned this on my vlog about why Tier 2 is going to be more corrupted than the very first tier system was introduced.
Oh, I know, man. I know.
They also said that it's going to expire on the 3rd of February, which is ridiculously a long time, in my opinion.
Oh, wow, yes, yeah. Well, the way this year's been, yeah.
The first time you're actually on a video call on the first lockdown vlog, that's what I've actually planned to do.
No, that's cool, man. So, what are you doing anyway?
Not much really, but I think, you know, I mean, I'm gonna have to have some lunch soon anyways. I mean, obviously it's, 30 minutes anyway.
I'll get to have some lunch here. Lunch on the...
Yeah, thought so.
Yeah. Alright, well, I'll leave you to it, mate, because my hand's freezing here.
Oh, that's cool, no worries. Is there anything you want to say to the people of the vlog?
Well, can I go executed? I won't go
We're fed up of lockdown anyways, definitely, for sure.
Lockdown sucks. When are we coming off of it? Tomorrow?
Yeah, we're coming off of it tomorrow. That's why this is the final day I'm filming.
Yep, and I will see you at the weekend.
Oh yeah, definitely. Brand new Vlogmas. That's what it's going to be.
Absolutely. Alright, mate.
Alright, take care guys. Bye everyone.
I love you.
Okay, man. Alright.
Yeah.
Alright. Take care. Alright. Bye.
Peace.
Peace. Well, here we are. The final day of lockdown has come. As you can see all around here, there are plenty of few people are here because they are definitely preparing for the reopening of shops after lockdown ends tomorrow. Well, what have we learned so far today from lockdown? Well, according to ABC's post, apparently there has been some improvements to the infection rate being 30% down. Now, that's probably getting information from the BBC, I suppose, because if you contradict the BBC, that's what happens really, because you get the information from the BBC. As you can see, I'm just going to take the elevator right now and just go down. And obviously, only one person is allowed, so that makes me happy, because I will be able to get down to the elevator by myself. That's why door close is really important to see. And here we are, guys. It's incredible that there are many people out here getting ready for the reopening of lockdown. Further down there, I'm not sure if you can see, Primark is getting ready for their crucial reopening after lockdown. But the weird thing I have to tell you though, while the staff prepares for their reopening of shops all over, and some shops are definitely reopening, until further notice, guys, it's probably permanently closed. I think you can recognise this shop right over there. This used to be House, and now it's gone. Way before the pandemic begun. Oh, look what we got here. We got German Sausage Grill preparing for their opening for Christmas. Now that lockdown has ended, isn't it really cool? I'm sure Steve would actually like that. It's quite weird, isn't it? I don't know what's going to happen with John Lewis, in my opinion, but I mean, like I said, they're doing virtual queues, and I don't know. Yes, that is right, guys. The Christmas experience, the magical reindeer experience, is going to be open possibly by tomorrow. Very excited. If nothing's being prepared inside. Oh, wait a minute, what's it say? We're here for you for Christmas. Is there any sign of reopening? Are there? Yeah, unfortunately, they didn't say that it will be closed until December 2nd. Unfortunately, this is going to be a queue. I find it very weird here. Well guys, I wanted to tell you guys thank you very much for watching this lockdown vlog. We started the lockdown vlog at the early of November, and then when we went into lockdown it felt so deserted, even though it's quite as less quiet than the first lockdown, because if you remember the first lockdown that happened, loads of people didn't turn up. It was completely empty, it was a ghost town. But throughout the halfway of lockdown, when it was extended, we've seen quite a lot of people turning up, which is nice. This is kind of the same feel experience of an extending lockdown in April to May, because a lot of people start to turn up because they're getting really fed up of waiting for lockdown to end in 3 months' time. Lucky enough, it's just a month-long lockdown. Unfortunately, we are going to be going back to the tier system, which is going to expire on February 3rd. Rantingly, the whole of England is going to go into tier 2, which is ridiculous. Hopefully they'll try and do something about it and try and overturn this stupid atrocity tier 2 crap. It's ridiculous. Obviously, I mean, you can't even do anything about it. The stay home thing is going to be going away tomorrow, so we're going to be starting a new vlog, which is Vlogmas, and it's going to be like a life after quarantine part 3, or it could be a life after quarantine Vlogmas. So very excited for it. But you can see all around here, it's a little deserted, but we're seeing quite a lot more people building up now that everything is going to start to reopen. We don't know if John Lewis is going to reopen. We'll have to wait and see about that. But all that said, thank you as always for watching this lockdown vlog. It was quite stressful to begin with because it's been filmed in the same area, but we will be back to a life after quarantine vlog very soon. Take care, guys. I really hope you have a fantastic day. Nice sunny day at the back, and we will see you for the Vlogmas. Take care, guys. Bye for now. One last thing, guys. This is going to go away tomorrow.